Good morning. I love orchids, don't you? Orchids really trigger such happy memories for me because when I was growing up, it was the fashion for gentlemen to buy orchids for their ladies on special occasions. So for example, every Easter and every Christmas, my mother would get a beautiful orchid spray that she would wear to church. Very, very fancy. And then when I got big enough, my dad would buy me a little orchid that would go along. So that's fun. And I do also remember getting some orchids for proms and things like that. So I love them. They're beautiful, but they also bring back lovely memories. So I'm talking about orchids today because our friend Seth has an actual orchid greenhouse on his property, and it's fairly large, and he has lots of orchids in it. Now, not a lot of them were blooming at the time that I took the video, but I wanted to show you the greenhouse and some of the orchids that are currently blooming in it. The other thing is that one of my favorite places, one of my favorite museums is in Washington, D.C., and it's the Hillwood Museum, and it is the home of Marjorie Merriweather Post of the Post family, and then later of the General Foods family. And so it is such a lovely estate, but she was also a very big fan of orchids, and many of her portraits have large orchids of her, with her wearing large orchids. But I visited the greenhouse on her property, which is open to the public, where there were so many orchids you could hardly see straight. It was amazing. And the other place that there's a lot of really beautiful and unusual orchids is at the Huntington Gardens, my other favorite place, the Huntington Gardens and Museum. They have a special biosphere where it's very kind of feels very tropical inside, and the orchids really thrive there as well. So I'm going to show you some pictures of Seth's orchid greenhouse, and I'm going to try to show you some pictures of Marjorie Merriweather Post's greenhouse as well.